This is Nancy Norman with Weekly Wisdom. As always, we begin with prayer. God is all, both invisible and visible. One presence, one mind, one power is all. And this one that is all is perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. I am, you are, we all are an individualized expression of God and forever one with this perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. We are now open and receptive to the living Spirit of truth. Well, I have a correction to make. Last week I said that I had seen a poster with a quote from Albert Einstein. And it turns out it was not Albert Einstein. The quote was, "Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get the reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy, it's physics." And rather than Albert Einstein, it was written by a man by the name of Daryl Anka. But what a lovely thought. Everything is energy. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get the reality. In other words, come into vibrational harmony with your heart's desire, with what you want, and that will become manifest unto you. A great, great thought, but it was not Albert Einstein. Well, today we're continuing our path of change. We're continuing on that path of change. And we realize that as human beings, we resist change a bit and get a bit fearful. The fear comes from the unknown. That's really all it is. It's just that we as humans like to know exactly what is happening every step of the way. And oftentimes we don't. In fact, most of the times we don't. But we have to have faith. We have to have faith in the loving, guiding, protective presence of God at all times. So forget that fear of change, because change is great. It's what how the world survives. It is through change. I've come to the realization that life is a bold adventure. And with that realization, I'm so better able to accept change and really look forward to it. Because what I know about change, anytime there's a change, whenever there's a change, no matter what it looks like, and sometimes it may not look so good, it's to bring me my greater good. My greater good, because I know that God has a plan for me. And that plan is bigger and greater than what I have ever imagined. I know for you that the plan that God has for you is bigger and greater than what you have ever imagined. So anytime we pull back and resist and don't want to change, we're holding up that divine plan that God has for us. And that divine plan includes health, wealth, success, prosperity, love, happiness, and perfect self-expression. So why is it that we so resist change? Because the change is bringing something greater. Change is simply the universe saying there's something greater here for you to experience. Now, I want you to know that as we move through life, and sometimes when we go through changes, we don't feel like we're capable of some things that we need to step up to. But I want you to know that you and I came into this life totally equipped to fulfill God's plan for us. And it is through change that God's plan for us, remember, it includes health, wealth, happiness, success, love, friendship. It includes that. And we came into this lifetime fully equipped to fulfill God's plan for us. We came into this life financed by God. Everything we've ever needed has always been supplied. So I have found that at times when I know I need to go through change and I don't know exactly how that's going to show up for me, and that little fear comes up, or maybe it's a big fear, there's a part in the Bible that I like to turn to because it shows me that God, as an ever-present help, has always, is always, and will be always my help in every time of need. Now that part in the Bible is found in Exodus 13. When I find a little bit fearful, I find myself a little fearful, I go back and read Exodus 13, verse 21. And it talks about change. Because here are the Israelites living in Egypt, and they are slaves. They're living in bondage, unhappy, never able to progress in any way. And the Jehovah God comes to Moses and says, free my people. I have a land for them. It's a land of milk and honey. They called it the Promised Land. Free my people. Take them out of Egypt and take them to this beautiful Promised Land. So Moses gathered the people, the Israelites, and they say that there's possibly about 2 million of them. And he gathered them together for the long trek across the desert to the Promised Land. Now talk about change. Those people experienced change. They left everything. But they had faith, and they knew that God would take care of them. This particular passage that brings me comfort is this. By day, the Lord went ahead of them in a pillar of cloud to guide them on their way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light, so that they could travel by day or by night. Neither the pillar of cloud by day nor the pillar of fire by night left its place in front of the people. In other words, God was always there, guiding, protecting, giving those beautiful people, those Israelites, everything, single thing that they need. And I want you to know something. God is with you. God is with you, guiding you, directing you, protecting you. He's with you every single step of the way. I love the writings of Maya Angelou. She was a poet, a dancer, a singer, a writer, a storyteller. And she said, I know that there is no place that God is not. I know that there is no place where God is not. And by knowing that, I can dare things. I can dare to succeed because I can dare to fail. There's not a place where God is not. God surrounds you, guides you, directs you. You're always safe. You're always secure. Through change, through all of the life's experiences. So release that fear. It doesn't belong to you. There are greater things. There's a plan for you, a greater plan, and God will bring it to completion. In the meantime, know, as Maya Angelou did, that there is no place that God is not. There's not a place where God is not. And knowing that, she said, I can dare things. I can dare to succeed because I can dare to fail. The power and the presence of God is with you, even if you're going through change. But remember, life is a bold adventure. I'm ready to experience that upgrade. I'm ready to follow God's guidance and direction, to let God's divine plan unfold in my life. I'm ready. Are you? God bless you.